how you can reduce your footprint of your RevX Cold Plunge system. So right here with me, we have the Top Classic, but this video can be applied for any of our bundles, whether you have the Deluxe bundle or the Barrel bundle, the steps are the same. So essentially what we're going to do in this video and how you can reduce the footprint of your RevX Cold Plunge system is we're going to take our filtration system cabinet and we're going to place it on top of our chiller, and we're going to adjust the tubing accordingly and move some components around. Let's get started. If you're following these instructions and this is a brand new installation for you, you can skip some of the steps. We are starting our steps with a fully functional system. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to turn the power to the entire system, making sure that everything is turned off. Next, we're going to close the valves on the tub to make sure that the water doesn't come out. And after that, we're going to disconnect the tubing. All right, now that we successfully disconnected all of the components, we're gonna get to the next steps. I encourage you guys to invest into a mat that will be placed on top of the chiller to separate the chiller and the filtration system. We recommend getting some kind of a material that's silicone or rubber or some type of material that provides a little cushion and can absorb some vibration to reduce any rattling noise. There are a couple different versions of this cabinet, but the steps are the same. Essentially, the first step is to remove the water pump from the cabinet. I'm gonna do that now. Got the zip ties. We're going to release our water pump. Okay. Some of you have, again, different version attachments here. For the sake of this video, it just doesn't matter, it's the same steps. Now that we removed our water pump from the filtration system, the next step is to start cutting the tubing and connecting everything back together. A quick call out about the tubing and how to connect everything. If you want to use all of your existing tubing, you can do that, but you will need a couple of parts from a hardware store. You will need a 3/4 inch to 3/4 inch barb connector and 2 hose clamps. This is if you want to use the existing tubing, or you can buy one longer size tubing that's 6 feet long, and this is a 3/4 inch braided tubing. All these parts are inexpensive and available at your local hardware store. One tip and trick to do is to first measure all of your tubing, lay it all out loosely kind of, and make sure that everything connects perfectly. And keep in mind, you can adjust your chiller connection, right? You can shift it around. So kind of lay it all out, then connect everything. Trust me, it's gonna go a long way and save you a lot of time. Hey guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect our pump to the tub and to the chiller. So to do that, I'm going to take our existing tube, I'm going to cut it about 1/3 of a way, and this shorter piece will connect the water out to the pump in, and the rest of that I'm going to use to connect my pump water out to the chiller in. Okay, let's do that now. I got my hose clamp. Once you connect your first piece of tubing to the pump, then what you want to do is you want to measure from the pump out to the chiller, and you want to trim it so you have an exact size. So I'm going to actually trim off about 1/3 from here, and I'm going to use that piece to connect the water pump to the chiller. Okay guys, next step is the most tricky. We're going to connect the chiller out, connector to the water filtration in on the water chiller side. And this is where you need either the two shorter ones connected together, or you need that really long 6-foot tube. Let's do it. Okay guys, this is how you use this 3/4 inch to 3/4 inch barb connector. By the way, I have a plastic one, you can use a metal one. So essentially you insert this on both sides of the tubing. Again, our tubing is 3/4 inch, that's why everything will work. Make sure you have hose clamps already pre-inserted, and essentially you will connect both of them and you will put them up as high as you can, and then we're going to hose clamp them inside, and this is how we connect two tubes together. Through this little struggle, we learned that the best way to put the hose on is essentially by kind of jiggling it like this, okay? This is the best way to get it on. So now we have one long tube. All right, now we're gonna connect one end of the long tubing to the chiller out connector, like this. We're gonna add our hose clamp to it. And the other side, we're going to connect. It's gonna connect all the way around. It's gonna loop back around to here. And the jiggling motion. All right, so we have our last tubing to connect. This tubing is going to connect the water in on the top to the water tank side out on the filtration system. I'm going to do that now. All right guys, we just finished and connected all of our tubing. Super exciting to turn on and make sure that the system is functional. First, we're going to open up all of our valves so the water can circulate. All right guys, super exciting. So first, what you want to do is you want to connect the pump only to power. Okay, so the expectation is when you connect it, the water will circulate. Now, we started with a brand new filtration system, so we do not have water in our filter. So here we go, we're gonna turn it on, and we're going to make sure that the water gets all the way to this filter bottle. The water will fill up, and then the water will start shooting into the top. Okay, there it goes. So now we're seeing our water. Hey guys, so when we turned on the system, the water wasn't circulating very fast. All we had to do to make it go was just adjust a couple of our tubing pieces, and all of a sudden the water started circulating through really fast, and you can see the current flow is absolutely amazing. This is an example of a successful installation. All right guys, so now that we have a successful water circulation through our system, you can go ahead and turn on your sanitizer, your UV or ozone, and you can connect your chiller. We're going to go ahead and close our cabinet, and we're going to set the water on the chiller to our set temperature, and we're going to plunge. Thank you for watching this awesome video. I know it's going to help a lot of you to save space within your parameters. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@revxwellness.com.